got an Irish player, we've got somebody from the England scene, we've got France, and we've got Sweden in there as well. We've got a lot of, a lot of talent from all the way across the continent, and we are going to be seeing this right here with Jaka versus Mez on winners top 8. Winner's side, Isabelle versus Ridley. Smart, I'm going to ask you because I don't have a clue. What do you think of this matchup?
So, honestly, it's not one that you normally expect to see, honestly. Both these characters quite rare generally. But, certainly, I think, the fact that, Ridley is quite a sort of a bulky body, he's got a lot to him. I could imagine that maybe projectiles might ruin his day. But it's going to be very interesting to see, actually. And already, we're actually getting started with a massive combo coming out from Jaka, already 75%.
Yeah, those projectiles that you were mentioning that might ruin Mez's day have definitely not let it start in a good way. Already 96% on the board, and these ruthless setups coming out from Jaka. Mez has barely any time to breathe.
Yeah, absolutely. Just been stuck on this ledge all day, and Jaka is not letting it go whatsoever. Already 134%, and it's just not slowing down.
Yeah, it's so difficult. This sort of large hurt box that Ridley has is going to be really detrimental when trying to get around these traps, around these projectiles. And even if Isabelle will maybe struggle to kill here and there, unless you get command grabbed and thrown off the top, Jaka, 21%, relatively, well, I say relatively, incredibly strong lead.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Jaka has taken the set already by storm from the very start. And I mean, it's just, again, okay, and Mezcaul tries to take down Jaka with them, but no, unfortunately, Jaka able to tech on that bottom of the Pokemon Stadium platform.
Yeah, and you could see there that Mez was trying to get something started, but not quite managing to land that forward air, leading once again Jaka getting these slingshots and then taking Mez to the ledge, and this is just a really difficult spot. I love that pressure from Jaka, jabbing 3 times, and then knowing that Mez was going to try and jump out the corner, knowing that the Lloyd Rocket was there to catch any kind of roll. Such good awareness from Jaka. The traps they're setting up are just absolutely incredible.
Yeah, it's been so brutal for Mezcaul right now, just trying to fight through all of these projectiles. But I mean, Jaka is just, okay, good up smash there to take the stock finally. 95%, this isn't impossible.
Yeah, absolutely. Mez probably keeping an eye on the fact that Jaka is jumping a lot. Isabelle tending to go for more of her aerials, given that they are, way more superior moves than her ground options. And the big sweeping hitbox of the up smash just managing to catch and kill relatively early. And as just saying this, Mez is slowly but surely clawing their way back into this game. Ooh, but that is an unfortunate kill there, getting thrown off of the top. Ridley, deceptively light character, and, Jaka is going to really try to keep hold of this lead. They were letting it slip a little bit, but Jaka seems to have, turned on the gas once again.
Yeah, absolutely. As you said, there is a lot to Ridley, but unfortunately he is a light boy. So, those fishing rods, those command grabs are going to be so brutal, especially on these platforms. Just launching Mezcaul right up there.
Yeah, this is going to be really tricky for Mez. Mez has just spent the majority of the game either stuck on one of the platforms or stuck at the ledge, and that's exactly where Jaka wants you to go. When you've got limited options available to you to get out of a situation, that is just, absolute child's play for Jaka, and the percent is racking up and up and up, and just about getting away with that really sort of rowdy up B across the stage.
Absolutely, yeah. We just saw Mezcaul just trying to poke away there just to find one opening, and they really need to get something going here. Okay, they are going to get the side B, get the stock there. 107%, this isn't outside the realms of possibility for Mezcaul right now. One big combo could definitely get them back in.
Yeah, absolutely. Mez has got to really show some patience right now and try not to get too antsy for this kill, because one overextension and Jaka is going to take it and run away with it. But we are seeing here 45% of Mez really taking their time, trying to sort of bait out these traps. These slingshots from Jaka, though, just sort of dominating the airspace and really sort of limiting the movement that Mez could go for.
Oh, that was nearly it. That is it. That
Oh.
up air is going to take it, and Mezcaul out of nowhere takes game 1.
That was a ridiculous comeback there. And Mez doing such a good job of chasing Jaka in the air, we hadn't really been seeing that. In fairness to Jaka hadn't really been in disadvantage all that often throughout the set, but Ridley being able to just tack on that percent so much quicker, you know, Jaka was not ready for the chase and saved it until it mattered. 1-0 so far to Mez.
Yeah, absolutely. It's as you say, you know, Mezcaul was just stuck in all of those projectiles for so long, and then suddenly, you know, this is kind of what Ridley does well. Like, he hits hard. He's, you know, once he gets his hands on you, he does a lot of damage, and that's exactly what we saw at the end there. You know, just a few moves, and that was it for Jaka. Game 1 taken away from him in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, and Jaka's really got to make an effort to not let that get to him. It can be really, really difficult when you've been sort of dominating the tempo of the match all the way through, and then suddenly something like that happens where the lead slips away from you in the blink of an eye. But at the end of the day, Jaka, a very, very seasoned player, doing incredibly well, winning tournaments left and right, even as much as this week. They're used to playing in the big leagues. They're used to having that sort of steel mentality, making sure that, you know, something like that isn't going to tilt you enough to affect your gameplay.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, after all, you know, they have got a long set ahead of them. This is only game 1. So, you know, there's still time to make that comeback. You know, game 2 is a fresh game. That's exactly what we're seeing here as we go to FD.
Yeah, this is a very strong pick, I feel like, for Isabelle. All of these traps that, you know, we've been seeing from Jaka in that Pokemon Stadium 2 game. Now suddenly Mez has got one less option of getting away from them all. Having no platforms to land on is going to make it really, really hard for Mez to get out of this situation. And we're seeing it already, 122% unanswered so far.
Oh, but not quite. You saw the fishing rod just dangling off the ledge there, and unfortunately Ridley gets snapped up, thrown up, but doesn't die just yet because of that higher ceiling on FD. But, you know, 144%, Mezcaul has got to play so carefully right now.
Yeah, and you can see Mez managing to make their way back to center stage, but the up smash, deceptively good range on that up smash, particularly if you're spacing around an up tilt or even like an up air. You know, the up smash out of nowhere, and so quick, so strong. Couple of jab locks, up smash into forward air as well. Good grief, Jaka's got these combos labbed and down! Oh my goodness.
He just exploded, 70%, and Jaka was gone.
And this seems to be a common theme in the set. No matter the lead, no matter the pressure that Jaka has been putting on, Mez has been taking these little moments of vulnerability that Jaka's been showing in their gameplay and just absolutely running with it. Oh, but you cannot escape the power of the slingshot, and all things considered, a fairly early kill, dying at 90% after the hit. Jaka, once again, showing why he is the dominant force that he has shown to be all the way throughout this tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that was just such an early death there, and exactly what Mezcaul doesn't want. But, you know, we did see that comeback from game 1, and that's what Mezcaul's going to be looking for now. You know, just trying to play very carefully, space around all these projectiles, find their one way in. But Jaka, again, just not slowing down, 89% already. Gets the side B, gets the slingshot, and here we go. Yeah, the fishing rod off stage again. Not going to catch him this time, but the up smash definitely will, and that's going to be game 2 to Jaka.
What a call out. What a call out on the neutral get up. Noticing that Miz has probably been going for neutral get up a lot, purely because given all the crazy traps that Jaka has been setting, the neutral get up into shield is generally quite a good option, because at least you get back onto the ledge and you can sort of go from there. But Jaka just hard calling that out with the up smash. You saw the charge well before Mez made that input. A pretty ruthless game 2 from Jaka there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even without the set, you know, it is 1-1 between them, but, you know, Jaka's just been such a driving force in the set. You know, so it is going to be very interesting now to see where Mezcaul's going to go for this game 3.
Yeah, I'm thinking that we're going to probably end up going for either a smaller stage or something with more platforms. I can imagine that triplats would have potentially been banned, so we may end up seeing a stage like Smashville, even though that does work out quite well in Isabelle's favor. Again, you know, a claustrophobic stage means that those traps become more and more prevalent. But at the same time, Ridley's combo game and the fact that you can just chase them down a lot easier, close that space a lot easier. But we end up back at Stadium 2, which I don't necessarily disagree with this pick, but I do feel like a smaller stage may be more beneficial. But Mez may come to prove me wrong, and we'll see here in this game 3.
Yeah, absolutely. Yo, it's quite surprising to me to see this Pokemon Stadium. But of course, Mezcaul did win on the stage before with that extreme comeback from game 1. And, maybe the higher blast zones as well, maybe he's kind of thinking about that, thinking that he doesn't want to get sort of like, dying early to that side B from Isabelle.
True. I'm really enjoying these down tilts coming out from Mez. The Lloyd Rocket is not actually that strong of a projectile. It does sort of lose out to a lot of not even disjointed hitboxes. And Mez sort of using that range and sort of speed of the down tilt to get rid of that Lloyd Rocket, and therefore making one option that Jaka's got in the trap just completely null and void.
Yeah, absolutely. It just shows good awareness as well. They're not getting caught out by anything, because certainly we've already seen a few times where Jaka's, got these Lloyd Rockets and they've like set up into an up air or something like that. So it's good awareness from Mezcaul just to not get surprised by or caught out in any way.
Yeah, Mez has been doing a really, really good job at getting around these sort of fishing rod setups that Jaka's been going for. It's been very rare that Mez has actually been caught by the fishing rod sort of off stage as they're trying to recover down, even to the point where they sort of slid past it and even damaged Jaka, therefore avoiding that situation completely.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're just seeing actually just a very patient playstyle coming out from Mezcaul, actually. More patient than we've seen from games 1 and 2. So, it's very interesting to see actually how he has changed up from these earlier games, just kind of slowing it down, waiting for that opportunity to strike.
Yeah, it's been really, really good to see, and it's not, it's sort of favoring both players. They're both getting sort of a little bit of percent on each other. Mez just about nearly had center stage, and that up B, really, really strong option, calling out the sort of quite big commitment from Jaka just then, and these strong hits are not killing all the way across the stage. Maybe the Stadium 2 pick had this in mind, the idea that you can't just kill me ridiculously early, even with weak hits. 192% is a very, very good stock for Ridley.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this Space Dragon just does not want to die, but unfortunately, that up B will be the death of him. But gonna immediately return fire there, and we're going to a 2-stock even game.
Yeah, that was such a good moment there for Mez. We've seen that Jaka, particularly at these early percents, has those low percent combos sort of down on lock, getting 40, 50% every single time he touches Mez. So the fact that he managed to get that stock without taking any damage is so, so good for the momentum of the set.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, we're just starting to see this is where Jaka's strengths come in, just not slowing down with these projectiles. Going to be keeping Mezcaul on the ledge, even get caught by the Lloyd Rocket there.
That was so much damage. That was about 40 damage just from that set, throwing them up into the Lloyd Rocket. And Jaka, just look at this, just keeping center stage, saying to Mez that you are going to have to fight through all of my pellets if you want to get to this Pokeball.
Yeah, absolutely. And this just looks so brutal. But, that down tilt finally gives Mezcaul a chance to get in. Let's see what they can do with this, But again, Jaka just holding down, keeping completely calm and just, ensuring, nearly caught out with the up smash there.
Yeah, I think Jaka was a little bit greedy with that up smash just then. You did see earlier on that he did manage to land an up smash, but a very strange sort of weak hit that didn't quite manage to get the kill. And Jaka, knowing that, again, Mez has been going for a lot of neutral get-ups. And a lovely up smash catching that jump from Jaka. Mez doing such a good job at sort of going for these really, really educated reads right at the moment where he needs to.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just been so effective as well, just seeing that one chance to strike and not missing it ever.
Yeah, and that's so, so unfortunate. At that kind of percent where you're going to die off the top to the side B, it's really, really difficult because every option can just lead, to your demise. And it was unfortunate that, getting caught out in the air, sent up to the skies, and now a very, very slight lead for Mez. And game 3 is definitely one that you want to win. You do get that counter pick advantage. These bread and butters from Jaka, you see them time and time again. The percent racking up just from these slow but sure projectile combos. Real solid stuff. 47, 48% on Mez right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, Mez just slowing it down. But, those neutral doing so much work for them. Just giving them a chance to strike here. But, Jaka just holding it down once again. Those pellets, those slingshots, just so effective at keeping away Mezcaul.
Yeah, Mez actually had the read on the spot dodge from Jaka there. You've seen another up smash. Mez doing such a good job with these smash attacks, sort of calling out, and the down smash trying to cover everything. Really good timing from Jaka to avoid that there. Mez is definitely somewhat in Jaka's head, but Jaka is just taking those moments to make sure that it doesn't cost him dearly.
Oh my god! And Jaka dives down there with the down air, and that is going to send Mezcaul plummeting down into the abyss, and it's going to be Jaka taking game 3.
That was such a good option, knowing that there's quite a bit of startup on the up B from Ridley, and particularly the ridiculous range of the up B from Isabelle, knowing that even if they whiffed, they'd still manage to get back to stage. That was such a good option. Definitely one that Mez was not ready for, and that is really good momentum for Jaka going into games 4 and 5, knowing that should it come to it, they will have that counter pick advantage on the game 5.
Yeah, absolutely. And, if you're Jaka right now, you've got to be feeling good. You are just one game away of making it into that coveted winners finals spot. So, it's, of course, Mezcaul now does get to choose a stage. They do get that counter pick advantage, but so it's going to be very interesting. No character changes from these two, as we kind of expect. Going to be going into game 4.
Yeah, Mez is definitely not out of it just yet. I feel as if Mez has been getting a lot of really sort of hard reads and either just mistiming or misspacing them a little bit. So he's definitely got the right ideas, but he's just sort of missing out on those little crucial moments, those crucial spacings where you can get a kill, as early as, 50, 60, 70%. We've seen a couple of F smash reads where he's just not quite managed to land it just from a little bit of spacing, even though he's called out the habit. So I want to see Mez sort of, landing those reads, making them worthwhile, because that's realistically how Mez is going to get most of his kills. He's not going to be dominating neutral, as Jaka is showing us right now, but Mez definitely, in those crucial moments, he's got those reads on deck. It's just about seeing them through.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more with you there, Joycey. And I have to say, right now, actually, Mezcaul not doing too bad a job, finding his opportunity. Does go for an up smash there, but Jaka able to shield it. And this is where it starts to get brutal. I mean, you see that Lloyd rocket there. It is going to explode onto Mezcaul. Of course, Ridley being that big body, unfortunately, just triggers it. And, now he's just going to fight through all the projectiles. Jaka on the ledge with that fishing rod, and the Lloyd rocket down is able to make it back. But, he's still got to find a way in.
That was a really nice forward tilt there, knowing that it would sort of collide with the Lloyd rocket, and you cannot detect that. Way too powerful for poor little Isabelle to tech, and that is a nice lead for Mez, which I believe is one of the first we've seen in the set. Given that Jaka's been sort of, again, as we've been saying, dominating the neutral, getting the kills fairly early, this is a really good opportunity for Mez to sort of take the lead for the first time and just run with it, even getting, an early stock of 50%. Already, you can definitely see Mez's confidence showing in this game 4. And let's face it, this is the time you've got to show it. You don't want to be dropping down to losers, not with all the killers that we've still got in bracket.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was just such a good sequence. Unfortunately, they're going to fall short to that fishing rod there. At the percent that Mezcaul was at, definitely going to die to that top blast zone. But, 57%, still not slowing down. Actually, 68 already. But of course, they're still just going to find more of those opportunities like they did have, to strike. But is Jaka going to give it to them?
Yeah, Jaka had a really nice setup there, but he sort of did a landing forward air and then immediately jabbed just to sort of stop that knockback. But that down smash from Mez, again, we spoke about this earlier on, about the fact that Mez has got these reads on deck. He had that Jaka neutral get-up in his head and just mistimed it, and the momentum of this game would have completely swung the other way. But right now, as we're seeing time and time again, Mez is just trapped in this corner, trying to get out, but a nice, sort of very aggressive up B, doing a job of, you got to be careful of that Lloyd rocket.
Yeah, I gasped a little bit there because I didn't even see that Lloyd rocket on the other side of the stage, and Mezcaul certainly did it. Nearly died to it as well, but fortunately, still living right now, but he has got to get off this ledge.
Yeah, and thankfully, I'm not sure whether Jaka was aware that that was a ledge regrab, and you've got to be so careful.
Yeah, so unfortunate there. Jaka actually, quite smart there with that fishing rod. They know that, due to the nature of Ridley's up B, of course, they were going to get caught by it anyway, and yeah. But fortunately, that up B actually, saying like, oh no, I know I was going to get caught by it before. I'm going to take the stock anyway now. So, last stock, game 4.
Yeah, these are some really nice up Bs coming out from Mez. The fact that Ridley sort of hovers a little bit before sort of shooting towards you, it means that if there is that Lloyd on the ground, you're not going to get hit by it. And also, knowing the fact that Jaka's going to be going for a lot of the setups, it's sort of Mez's hard call out for Jaka pressing any buttons. And given how like strong Ridley's up B is and how much priority it has compared to other moves, I was sort of questioning it at the start of the set, but Mez has definitely made me a believer of up B on stage.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, I think everyone needs to believe in Mezcaul right now. You know, 125%. This is the tournament stock, potentially. You know, will Jaka be able to take this last stock and move on to a winners finals? Or is Mezcaul going to be able to get a big combo started here? We all know how hard Ridley can hit. You know, just a few stray hits could send us straight into a game 5. But Jaka's certainly, you know, not going to slow down anytime soon. Just intent on keeping Mezcaul away, making sure that he never has a chance to even try and make a comeback.
Yeah, and Mez is doing a really, really good job at just staying patient, sort of not letting this moment sort of get to him, making sure that, you know, he takes his time, picks his moments wisely, and then he's going to get that read, get that confirm as and when they need to in that moment. And, you know, the percent is racking up. Isabelle, a very light character. Any big hit from Ridley is going to seal the stock, particularly with all of that rage from all of that percent.
Yeah, absolutely. Mezcaul just playing so carefully right now. You can see they're not committing to any option. They do go for a forward smash. They're hoping to hit. Fortunately, you know, it was spaced away, so they didn't get punished for it. But, you know, oh, and that fishy rod is going to do it. And it's Jaka taking the dub. 3-1 over Mezcaul. And that sends them into winners finals of Lockdown 100.
Yeah, really just excellent gameplay from Jaka all around, showing their proficiency with the bread and butter combos, showing that, you know, we did see those adaptations throughout the set. That forward smash that Mez happened to whiff, you know, reading a spot dodge there, and just Jaka rolling away, knowing that in that moment, that could have sealed and gone to a game 5. But, you know, Jaka staying true to their character, been solo Isabelle for the longest time, showing why they are the dominant threat that they are right now. And as you say, a one-way ticket into winners final.